here is the Bible. You might think it's just a really old book with so many words. But in here, there are stories that have been told and retold for thousands of generations. Stories told around campfires, in front of huge crowds. Stories told around the dinner table. Stories that have been made into TV shows or films. Stories that have changed the course of history. Stories you should know. But where should you start? Well, welcome to 10 Must-Know Bible Stories. Stories worth exploring.
Dave, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, I've been really worried about running out of toilet roll since lockdown began. That I take my toilet roll everywhere with me.
Oh, that reminds me, we're running really low in my house. Can I have one, please?
Absolutely not. These are mine. You may not have one.
You know, not having enough, like when we didn't have enough flour or pasta or toilet roll earlier this year, that's not something we normally experience.
No, I know. I really didn't like having to go into the shops and just not getting what I wanted all the time. But I guess it's a good reminder that we're really fortunate that, we do most of the time get what we need, and there's lots of people around the world that go hungry every day because they don't have enough.
Yeah, that's true. And, autumn time, harvest time, I think it's just a really important time to stop and think about that and remember how fortunate we are and to say thank you for the food that we do have.
Absolutely. But you know what?
Yeah.
All this talk of food has got me hungry. Shall we have our lunch?
Yeah, let's do it. What have you got?
I've got some sandwiches, crisps, got banana.
Oh, I've got an orange.
Trade?
No. I've got chicken onion crisp.
Ooh, nice.
Pork pies.
Oreos.
Pork pies. Oh. Tomato?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to trade anything?
You have these gherkins, they're disgusting.
It's time for Lunch Pictionary. Now, the way we're going to play is I will draw 5 items from my lunch, and you need to guess what each of them are. And then the answers will be revealed at the very end. So, number 1. What is this? All right, write down your guess for number 1. On to number 2. What lunch item is this? All right, write down your guess for number 2. On to number 3. What could this be? All right, have a guess. Number 4. What is this? Write down your guess. And now we're on to our very last one, number 5. What is this? All right, time to reveal the answers. First of all, number 1 was a banana. I thought that was the easiest one. Hopefully you got it. Number 2, a sandwich, specifically a ham and cheese sandwich with lettuce. But I'll accept just a sandwich. Number 3, was it crisps? Nope, it was a Capri Sun. Number 4, a chocolate chip cookie, although it looks a bit like the moon, doesn't it? And number 5, a Baby Bell cheese. Good job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Lunch Pictionary.
So as Sue said before, thinking about the season of harvest is a lot about being thankful for all that we have, and I kind of wonder if maybe, especially this past year, we're even just that little bit extra thankful because we've maybe experienced a little bit of what it's like to not have enough. And so it makes us thankful for what we do have.
Yeah, that's true. You know, in Bible times, they certainly didn't always get what they needed or even have enough to eat. But I think not having enough actually made them more thankful for what they did have.
You know, I actually know a great story about this.
From the Bible?
Yeah, absolutely. Because Jesus was able to do something amazing with just a little bit of lunch. Do you want to hear it?
I'd love to.
This is a story of Jesus feeding a crowd. Jesus was tired, really tired. He'd been talking to people and teaching them for days. People had seen the amazing things he'd been doing and had followed him everywhere. Jesus and his friends wanted to be alone, so they sailed across Lake Galilee to find somewhere peaceful and quiet. But the peace and quiet didn't last for long. When all the people heard where Jesus had gone, they walked around the lake to meet him. When Jesus saw them, he didn't ignore them or go to a different place. He had compassion on them. He knew they were looking for answers about God and they needed his help. He started teaching them all about God. Some of them were sick and Jesus made them better. There were so many people there, 5,000 men plus the women and children. Later in the afternoon, Jesus realised all these people would be hungry. There were no shops nearby to send them to. Jesus said to one of his friends called Philip, "Where can we buy bread to feed all these people?" Philip was amazed. How could Jesus even ask that? He said to Jesus, "We don't have enough money. There are no shops here." Then another of Jesus' friends, Andrew, said, "Here are 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. A small boy has given them to us. But that's all we have. It will never feed so many people." Jesus took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish that the small boy had given. Then he told everyone to sit down in groups on the grass, so they all sat down. Next, Jesus looked up to heaven and said thank you to God for the bread and for the fish. Jesus passed the bread and the fish to his friends, to the disciples. The disciples started handing it out, and there just seemed to be more and more food. Everyone ate. Everyone had had enough. They were stuffed. No one was hungry anymore. Jesus said to the disciples, "Gather up the leftovers." And to their amazement, there were 12 big baskets of leftovers. What an amazing day. When everyone saw what Jesus had done, they knew it was a miracle. The small boy had given only 5 loaves and 2 fish, but Jesus had made it enough to feed over 5,000 people.
You know, I really love this story. It is amazing, but I get a little bit confused somehow because Jesus took this little lunch and fed thousands of people with it and still had 12 baskets of leftovers?
Yeah.
I mean, the maths don't seem to add up. Did the writers get it wrong? Or hang on, did Jesus play a trick in some way?
No. Christians believe that God can do amazing things like that. And it's not a trick or a mistake. It's called a miracle.
Okay, so in this story we're seeing that Jesus is showing that he can work miracles too. Something that only God can do.
Yes. But I wonder if Jesus would have done that miracle if the small boy hadn't taken him his lunch.
You know, I have never thought about it like that. What if he just decided to keep it to himself? What if he thought it was too small to be of any use, so just didn't take it to Jesus? He wouldn't have got to see this amazing thing that Jesus did.
I know, and I wonder if there's something that we can learn from this, that even if we feel we've only got a little bit, we can still share that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Would you like a toilet roll, Sue?
Yes, please, can I?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know, I love this story because it shows that God can do amazing things with even just the little that we have to offer.
And it reminds us that we should always be thankful for what we do have and always be willing to share, even if we feel like it's not very much.
So we've thought a bit today about harvest and about being thankful for all the things that we have.
Yep.
And we want to leave you just with a little bit of a challenge for you to work on. And that is to come up with 5 things that you can be thankful for. And it's not just about stuff that we have. So let's give some examples. Let's do 5 together, Sue. You start.
My garden. I'm really thankful I can go outside into my garden.
Nice one. I'm thankful for my daughter.
I'm thankful for having a cup of tea with a friend.
Nice. I'm thankful for where we get to live. It's beautiful.
Yep. And I'm thankful for somebody buys me a bar of chocolate as a present. I'm really grateful for that.
So there, nice and easy. And actually, I think we could keep going. Once you start thinking about things to be thankful for, there is a lot that's out there.
Actually, Dave, they could be challenged as a whole class. Could they come up with 50 things to be thankful for altogether?
All right, double challenge. 5 things for yourself, but could you come up with 50 for your whole class? There's your challenge for this week. All right, Sue, I'm afraid I've got to go.
Okay, nice to see you.
Bye.